Lady, you're getting a little bit close there. This wasn't me, I swear. I flew in and she just started smelling me. Anyway, go away. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon White version. Last time, we kind of just did a lot of miscellaneous things. We had an anticlimactic battle against Bianca and then just kind of did a lot of stuff all around the world. Pretty basic, but you know, it's kind of all the rappy endy, loosey endy things that you kind of do at the end of a journey. This time, we are back in Striaton City, and we are going to pay a visit to everyone's waifu scientist, Fennel. Thank goodness I'm in the right house, because these two houses look the same, and I was mildly worried right there. Now, there are some various things related to her latest and greatest invention, the Sea Gear, that we have not gone over yet, and I wanted to dedicate a video separately to these things. I want to let you know up front that this is going to be a video dedicated solely to a feature of multiplayer, and there won't be any progress made toward any story-related goal here today. This is just kind of one of those little odds and ends that I want to show, because I think it's kind of a cool little feature. Now, booting up the Sea Gear. First and foremost, by tapping on the logo, yes, the Sea Gear logo at the top middle that you don't even know you can interact with, by tapping on that, you can change the icons. We were complaining a while back about how girls are stuck with the hearts and how, you know, maybe they're not into frilly pink stuff and all that. I hadn't realized it, but you can do this. However, as you can see, I'm a boy and I can't change to the heart, so still mildly assumption-y, wouldn't you say? Yeah, well, yeah, you can change your icons. You're not stuck with whatever you're given at birth or something. You can also go to this icon. You can change what each of the icons is. I think I went over that briefly before. You can kind of make pretty little patterns in it just to make it look nice. And if you want further customization, by connecting to Pokemon Global Link for certain periods of time, there were background skins that you could download. Some of these had to do with the Pokemon World Championships, others had to do with Global Link competitions that they held, so you could take a piece of the competition with you. And I feel like they added a lot. I like taking a piece of an event that you physically went to with you in your game forever. Everyone kind of had different ones depending on when they had connected to services, events they'd physically gone to, and some of them show off some stunning pixel art. One of my favorites is Meloetta. I like just the musical score disappearing off into the distance and how all that looks. There's just a lot of them, and not only that, but you could also download skins for your Pokédex featuring the starters from either Unova or Kanto. Pretty impressive. A lot of things that you could download. Of course, most of them were only released in Japan, and even fewer of them were released in Europe, because, well, of course that's the case. But, yeah, if you could actually access them, it's pretty nice. Now, moving right along, I want to go ahead and fly off somewhere. I think out of all the cities in the major ring, the one we have spent easily the least amount of time is Opalucid, so let's fly. Here in peaceful little Opalucid City, it might not seem like there's anything readily apparent for us to do, but I assure you that there is something quite interesting, and, hi. Everyone just loves getting up in my face today and, potentially sniffing me. What are you doing? Hi? What? Okay, the jig is up. I know what's going on. Hello! Who are you, and what are you doing in my world?
You know what? You just can't get rid of me, Chugga Conroy. It's Maryland here, and I'm a youngster.
Great.
What's up?
Because you're visiting me on my channel, it means you're gonna kick my butt at whatever we're doing here today.
Exactly.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. So, he is controlling this youngster within my world. And that leads us into a very expansive little side mode. I guess it wouldn't be little if it was expansive, but we're going to the Interlink today.
Oh yeah, this is an interesting...
I can't warp to the Interlink because you're in my world.
Oh, well then, I guess I'm gonna have to leave.
Don't you just love Pokemon multiplayer modes where one person has to connect, but if the other person is trying to connect at the same time, it doesn't work?
Mm-hmm. Although it does kind of make sense with the context of this, because there's a lot to it, and you'll see. You'll definitely see.
Yeah, I'm talking about more so whenever it's like, oh, if you both said you wanted to trade, then neither of you can trade.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst. It's like, wait, what? Come on.
Okay, it looks like, are you, yes, okay, so it doesn't say connecting Interlink, it just says Interlink, we can go. Oh, someone showed up. Welcome to the Interlink. Judging by the look of you, you don't seem to know where you are. This is an island called the Interlink. It's located in the center of the Unova region. The Interlink is a mysterious place where you can connect with someone's world. If you go to someone's world by passing through this island, you'll be able to meet an adventurer in the world. And you can help that adventurer. Yes, if you want to help, cross a bridge in this island and go to someone's world. There must be someone who is waiting for you there. Must be. It'd be a little bit weird if you had a game without somebody playing it that was currently active. We have had the ability to go to Interlink for a while now, but if you look down at the map, you can see it involves the entire ring of cities, and I kind of didn't want to spoil places that we might be going because, well, that's kind of no good. Interlink is located in the center. It is the Pokeball that we've seen in the middle of the Unova region for a while now that was marked on the map but didn't have any seeming explanation to it. And it's pretty accurate to that map. There are 2 more bridges, which are actually on the east and the west of it. We'll go over what those are in a little bit. If we go up here, however, there's the Entree Forest. By the way, you came in a little bit early because I'm kind of having to go over the more small features before we get into the good stuff, so I guess you're just kind of ducking back down again. Alright, so the Entree Forest is up in the north. It connects dreams and reality. People say dreams come true here. Sorry, lady, though, but dreams haven't come true here since, like, 2013. You go inside, and it's just an empty forest of nothing, and because developers in video games all think they're being so cute by making every area that's a forest a grid where everything looks the same, and you can potentially get lost in it, you go up this way, and you eventually end up in a dead end. Back when Pokemon Dream World was still online, this is where you would find the Pokemon that you encountered in the Dream World and how you would get them into your game. By talking to them and battling them, you would have Dream Balls appear in your inventory. These were the only new type of Pokeball introduced in all of Generation 5. They were essentially Master Balls. It was very similar to the Pal Park and various other ways of transferring Pokemon, just worked a little bit differently. And the Dream Balls were pink. If you were to hack these into your inventory, they would function as normal Pokeballs. They were only Master Balls within the context of this world, but of course, yeah, that's kind of what I've already said. Very interesting, I guess. Personally, I wouldn't have minded if they just came into our PC, but I guess they gotta make it a little bit special somehow. But, of course, they won't do that for the mythical Pokemon that you're fighting. That's just, you know, doing things. Now, in the middle of Interlink is the Entree. Oh, you want me to... Oh, you're tutorializing me. Thank you. If you go onto the bridge, it's gonna say that it's connecting, searching for someone near Interlink. And it says that it has reached somebody, and you can see that representation of a very exaggerated bridge on the main menu screen. Yeah, well, it says that we're connected to Devin's world right now, and if I walk through this, I become my multiplayer avatar, or at least one of the things that I can be. Okay, so we're in Devin's Interlink.
Get out of there.
You can't get rid of me. Well, actually, you can by just shutting your 3DS. So please don't do that.
Don't tempt me.
Welcome to someone else's world. Here you can help the adventurer in this world. Now, touch this tree to receive a mission. Is there anything you'd like to know? No. I'll explain it myself in less time than what you would have said. I don't know why I'm still talking in his voice, actually. That kind of ruins the joke, but okay. Alright, so we're gonna check the status of his tree. He has black level 55 and white level 30.
Hello.
So you raise levels based on versions that you are playing with. Also, I like how on the top of the screen it says Devin's Entree. Like the S is capitalized even though your name. That's weird though because it doesn't. It doesn't say that anywhere else. When it scrolled on the marquee to show where we were, it didn't capitalize that way.
Huh.
Oversight much? Well, your levels are pretty high. We're not aiming quite that high here today when it comes to raising our levels. How do you raise levels in an entry? Well, you accept missions on other people's entries. And we only have one option that we can select right here with this black icon. Devin is playing black version, so that dictates that as well. We're going to start this, and we have to go and talk to Devin, give him the Pass Power Capture Max. Chosen a mission, or to accomplish the mission, go find the adventurer. The adventurer is located on the map shown below. Touch the place in the map, and you can warp there. Rely on the map, meet the adventurer, and accomplish the mission. I turn into a Pokemon Ranger, which I guess is my current actual multiplayer avatar, and I'm trying to tap on where Devin is. It seems to have a little bit of lag, but maybe that's because it's loading in the area.
Oh, no.
Hello!
No!
Get over
No!
here. Let me talk to
Ah!
you.
Stop chasing me.
Let me talk to you.
Stop chasing
I must
me.
give you a present.
No!
I must
Mommy
give
always
you a
told me not to
present.
accept presents from
Yes,
strangers.
trying to get their attention. Hi. Hi, how are you? My adventure is going smoothly thanks to my Pokemon and everyone. This is a bad impression of you. I'm sorry. Are you
Wow,
giving
is
me
that
some?
what you really think of me? You're not far off.
Capture power max received on the entry from Devin. Wow, what a great power.
You're so nice.
Okay, so this is going to greatly raise his chances of catching Pokemon for an hour. Those of you that know of the feature known as O-Powers, you might have thought those debuted in another game, but no, they were called something else and debuted in this game. If you know how those work, you know how these work. Other worlds have vanished and you are back in your own Interlink. Wonderful! You accomplished the mission. I didn't expect you to make it this far. Your success brought happiness to the Interlink and the tree grew a little bit. Mysterious power will gather here as this tree grows bigger. You may be able to receive this power. Touch this tree and try to receive the mysterious power. Pass power. So by checking your entry, you can receive past powers that you have unlocked. These cost a certain number of orbs in order to receive. We got 10 orbs from doing that mission, and we also have a certain number of powers relative to our levels. You can see that it requires black level 1, white level 0 to unlock this one. This one we've already unlocked, it just needs 2 orbs to be able to purchase. I'll, just for sake, I don't really need to do this though, because, like, I'm not going to do any battles in the next 3 minutes. You just know how these work by reading the descriptions. There are 33 of these to collect. There are all kinds of different missions that you can do, and there are advantages to playing with both black version and white version, so it's kind of best if you have opposite versions linking up so that you can do as many things as possible. We're going to be here for a little while doing a lot of this stuff. And it's really good to have a second person playing in their world at the same time because it might require them to do certain things for you to be able to do every type of mission that there is. On your entry, I want to point out that any past power that you have unlocked, I can grab. As long as I have enough orbs to buy it, I can do that. This does not count for my own completion, as I am only buying these as essentially one-use things that activate as soon as I get them, so I'm not collecting these for my tree by doing this, but with your tree being as big as it is, I can benefit from it too by just going into your world. I'm gonna go ahead and accept a mission, and this looks like it is the exact same one again. I can go to the other ones. Let Devin talk to you and get experience point power max Pokemon level up faster for an hour. Hooray, very different. We're just reversing roles here.
Mommy told me never to talk to strangers. I don't know about that.
Yeah, this is totally a separate category and is not at all a forced way to fill out the number of 6 different missions so it makes a hexagonal pattern. I'm a Machamp!
Wait, what?
I'm a Machamp!
Hold on a second.
So, when you could encounter Pokemon in the Entry Forest, they had field sprites for walking around and all that good stuff, kind of like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but as you know, no following feature. I look like some kind of weird deformed spider when I'm viewed from the back.
You do.
Yeah, there's no following feature in this game, but there were lots of field sprites that were made for this feature and
There's a Machamp chasing me.
imported from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Get over here, let me beef you. I got a beef with you, let me share my beef. Oh, whoa, that was very well timed. I got you. But it's strange for a Pokemon to be hanging around here. What? Player used the experience point power received from the entry on Devin. Wow, what a great power. Thank you. That awesome. You talk to me, I talk to you, you get the power. You talk to me, you still get the power.
Yeah, that seems like a fair deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this arrangement. This is fine.
I know you do. Oh, black level went up by 1 as happiness increased, so we leveled up yet again. And you notice that my tree is spiraling upward a little bit. The black part of the tree has now made a half lap around. It's above the white one right now. That's gonna keep going up and up as we do that. I seem to like saying up and up when talking about this tree, but it feels good to see it grow, you know? In zippy zapping right back over, we're gonna go to another hexagon and flat battle. Level 100, 2 Pokemon. The mission fails if the battle is turned down. which
Oh,
is
boy.
really weird, but, well, I guess they have to accept the battle for you to be able to do the battles. Never mind, it's not weird at all. Yeah, so this feature automatically detects when there's people nearby that are playing, and you can interact with them in their world, as long as they are not inside of a house. If they're just on a route or in a town, or even on a bridge that is in this main hexagon of Unova, then you're able to interact with them. You can challenge them to fights, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. Now, this is kind of like Street Pass before Street Pass was Street Pass. And this game came out like a month before the 3DS in the US. Speaking as somebody who attended the very first PAX the week that this game came out, this was a magical experience, having people just running around your world. The NPCs running around on routes and towns were actual people that you could talk to. It was really neat. And I got challenged to random fights all the time. It was how I first experienced the Wonder Launcher. It was a great experience that I feel like you didn't get to experience if you either A, weren't at PAX that week, or B, didn't live in Japan. Wickety!
Yep.
That's wickety whack. I hope that's not a derogatory term.
No, it wasn't meant to be. It's like a wick. Like a
No, I
candle wick.
mean what I said.
Oh, yeah.
Not what you said. No, you're.
Well, I don't know about that.
I know, you're very innocent.
I don't like what's happening here, though. Oh, man. Rock is a monster.
Uh-huh, he is. By the way, I love how you can set levels to level 100 in this, but you can't do it in proper wireless.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hello.
Yeah, you know what? There's really nothing that Wickedy can do here.
You didn't even want to switch out.
No, because Rock's a monster.
I might actually beat you in a fight on my channel. It's been like 5 years coming, and you're the one who's faltering for Drizel.
Oh, yeah.
Cute. Okay. Who do I actually have? I don't know who's my second slot. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it uses the first two in your party, so be mindful of that. You don't have an opportunity to choose who. It's just the first two.
It's really weird. Well, I have 2 points in my Wonder Launcher right now based on my last turn with, which means I can use a potion, or I can force Rock into consuming a held item.
Oh, wow.
Which is, you know, I'd want to do those things, gosh darn it.
Okay,
I mean, it might be a little
hurt too bad.
I mean, I guess maybe it might be a little helpful that I could get at a defeatist if I was in it by less than 20 HP. Oh, wow!
Gosh, jeez!
Rock
is a monster!
You failed at one-shotting other Panpors. Since when did you get that good at it? Woo, that was, I'll say that was a good battle. I broke the losing streak.
I think we should redo that. I didn't win. Are you sure this can be on your channel?
I don't know, it might throw off the precious balance of the universe. Give me 15 pass orbs for that. Black level went up by 1. Next segment, talk to Devin while he is in a battle and give him the HP restoring pattern. Mission restarts if talked to. If you feel like pressing A on me, you can just end me right here and now. So I need you to get into a battle.
Okay.
This is why, other than just, you know, you're a good guy and all that stuff. This is the other reason, why I wanted to have another person here today, because it's a little bit interactive for some of these mission types. You don't outright have to have another person here. You can totally just do this by yourself if you have 2 versions of the game. But, I like how I'm a Pokemon nurse, and I like how they gave her walking sprites for this. That's really
yeah,
cute.
no, that's great. I remember that. That's so awesome. I have not played this in a long time, but I have maxed mine out, and it was interesting. It was interesting, so forgive me if I'm a little rusty with this, despite my high levels.
I mean, it's been a few years, and this is kind of a mode that you don't really play much after the game's dead, so mission accomplished. Pass orbs received 15. Black level went up by 1. That's another type of mission. That one's really short and sweet.
Hey, I got healed. Nice. Thanks.
I mean, after how bad I beat you, you sure needed it.
Better have some burn heal.
Yeah!
Oh, and I got a revive for that as well, which is kind of nice.
Filling in these gaps, the next one on there is Stash 1 Timer Ball by the Missing Fence on Route 16. I'm a Venusaur now. You know, when knowing where the routes are located by number from memory can earn you brownie points with your friends. That's what we're doing. We're gonna go over this way. Gonna get onto this route.
There's a Venusaur on the loose. Where's it running to?
You'll never know because you have to go through gate buildings and I can just teleport.
Oh, that's
so by
true.
the fence, it said. By the missing fence. Okay. Where's the... Oh, this is the place. Player stash timer ball along with a memo to surprise whoever finds it.
Well, I'll have to look all around then. I don't know where this could be. It does seem a little odd that one of the missions is hide something somewhere and then expect someone to find it. Like, wouldn't you just tell the person because you want to get the points for it?
I mean, I got the points regardless of whether or not you actually found it.
Oh,
it's just
really?
That,
okay,
it's just
that's
that now
really
there is
cool,
a
then.
new hidden item in your world that would have not been there otherwise.
Got it. Because it wouldn't make sense otherwise, to be honest. But yeah, I got the timer ball for that, just like I got the revive in the one where
What's
you
the
healed
memo
me.
say?
Oh, I mashed through. I'm so sorry. But it's something like, please look after this item, Blair. So I did sign it with your name, which was cool.
That's kind of neat. So you know exactly who left the hidden item in your world. If you're just running around and suddenly your dowsing machine starts going nuts, then you can see who left a hidden item for you.
Yeah.
Last mission type, sell one full restore to Devin at a reasonable price. Oh man, reasonable price.
You don't want to rip me off? Is that what it is?
I mean, I guess to be fair, I already have $2 million from selling all those Relic Castle items.
Oh, is that all you have? I only have 240,000 left. I don't know where all my money went.
Ooh, I'm actually a Pokemon worker. That's kind of cute.
All right, well, don't sell me anything on Route 16.
I'm going to Nimbasa.
Oh, okay. I'll go to Nimbasa as well. Can't do business on a route like that.
After all, it's not a trade route.
Whoa, who's this person? Hey, stop trying to sell me stuff. Wow.
I'm not Fang. Hello. What, Forest? 89.80? That's not a reasonable price.
Wow, what a ripoff. This kind of bargain doesn't come around often, you know? This is the special price because we're friends, right? How about one full restore for 89.80? How about no?
I mean, you know, because walking all the way to a Pokemart to purchase one of these is such an inconvenience that you would, you know, this mission makes a lot of sense and that it's saving you a lot of time. Also, we only have 6 seconds, hurry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, peer pressure, jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez, I feel so ripped
Wow,
off right now.
I just saved so much. Thank you. That's what you're saying.
Wait, I said that. Wow.
Wow, I just saved so much.
Wow, first I get humiliated in battle. Now I look like I don't know the value of my items. This game isn't kind to me, Emil. Why are you doing this? This is the ultimate revenge.
I mean, I didn't want to do this to myself. Ooh, white level went up to level 6. Okay, so that right there is a bit of a strategy that you can use when playing in the Interlink. Every 6th mission that you do, you will get a bunch of bonus level ups. It is after you fill in that hexagon the first time. If the other player were to reset their game, however, that would no longer be properly tracked and you could just do it again and again and again. I would keep the levels on my game, but your game wouldn't be any the wiser. So if you want to help me out a little bit and, oh, I don't know, get your $8,000 back, maybe you want to reset a little bit. Let me just make sure that I'm good.
Yeah.
Let me make sure of that. Let me exit the Interlink just so I don't get screwed when you turn off your game.
Did you complete the ring, like all 6 of the missions there?
I completed the ring.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and leave. I'm going to go into this teleporter to go back to my own world. Whoa. Ooh. Transition.
Oh.
He can't see my screen, so he thought I was just making a sound for no reason.
You were looking at me too. I'm like, what did I do?
You know what you done did. Now, I want to stop things for a moment to point out that now that we've done every mission, that first mission is by far the most helpful to you. If you can have a friend go into your world and do that mission and talk to you to give you a pass power, do that. If you were to buy a pass power using the orbs on your own tree or on a friend's tree, yes, you have access to the full library and can get anything you want anytime you want, but it only lasts for a few minutes. Whereas when I gave Devin that first pass power, it lasted for an hour. If you just keep resetting, get the pass power that you want on a friend's system, have them come in and do that mission, they can make it so that you have, of course, increased chance of catching Pokemon for an hour, maybe gain more experience points, but there are max powers available in that mission. That sounds really funny. That make it so that you can hatch eggs quicker, gain happiness quicker, get more money from winning fights. It's ridiculous just how good those effects are, and it's far better than going through the entry. Yeah, you have to reset a little bit, and yeah, it does take a little bit of exploitation, I guess, but it's endlessly worth it. I'm so glad I ripped you off so you'd have incentive to want your money back beyond just helping your bestest friend in the whole wide world. Well, you can see that the black tree and white tree that make up the entry are now equal size. So the bonus is to whatever you fill in the hexagon with, which is my version, and because you're playing black version, I'm getting black level ups every time I do a mission with you. Is exactly. I think that's how that works. I
think it's been a while, but
it's a little complicated.
Like
but point is, by doing this method, you level up your black level and your white level at exactly the same rate every 6th mission. So I go into accept a mission, and you notice the hexagon has reset. Let us fill that in once more. They are the same missions as before, so basically, we're gonna be here for a couple of hours, and yeah, you guys don't have to be.
Pretty much.
It played the fanfare when I said that, like when I finished saying it, so I'm like letting it play out.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you were like looking at me and it's like, uh-oh. Should I have said something? Oh, shoot.
Come here, let me give you a great big hug with my 6 limbs.
No.
Latch right onto you, yeah, like a giant muscular spider. You seem to be you're not too busy for this.
You seem to be busy too, mister.
Trying to get their attention. Yeah, I want you to play with me. Trying to get their attention. Yeah, I want.
Wow, spamming much.
Stop for a second.
Okay,
I gotcha. Now let us see if we have some more hot tips for you. If it ever fades in. We were kind of wanting to know if running from the battle might make things go a little bit faster, if you just want to grind this out, because we've already proved who the superior battler of the two of us is.
Wow, see, now you're making it look like I'm afraid of you, instead of just trying to help give you strategy and points. Oh, man. All right, well then.
Because it said that... Are you running or am I?
I'm running. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
The match was forfeited.
Now, let's see if we still get the points for that. I think it's just if they say no to the battle.
Yeah.
Woo, that was a good battle. It was great.
I agree. It was the best battle.
Yeah, I liked it better than that last one.
Yeah, I know. Like, it wasn't that impressive that I beat you in 40 seconds. This time I beat you in 5. That's a lot more impressive.
Wow. Wow.
I love you. You put up with me. What have you gotten yourself into?
What have I gotten myself into?
That's what John asks himself every day.
That sounds about right.
You want to take a guess at which one's next?
I don't want to get ripped off.
You're learning the patterns.
What happens if I say no, huh?
You know, this is payment for that timer ball I gave you.
And the revive.
You gotta pay the piper. At a reasonable price. I love that.
A reasonable price of like 3 times as much. Yeah, seems reasonable.
Well, you gotta pay. You gotta tip the delivery man.
Yeah, tip the delivery man 320%. All right, so you're enjoying your adventure.
Well,
wow,
you won't be in a moment. Well, I just saved a bunch. Thank you.
Wow. Rude!
It'd be kind of nice if you could get items a little cheaper than what they sell them in Marts through this to kind of encourage you to do it, but who would ever ask their friend to do this? I gotta come out and say it. This is a really good soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
it sounds really just so intense and like, yeah, we're going on an adventure, we're warping realities, we're entering other dimensions to rip people off!
And beat them mercilessly in battles!
Yeah, okay, actually, you know what? Let's go about what your typical day is that you keep reliving. Okay, so you start in the morning by having easy mode activated for catching Pokemon. All right, pretty good start.
I like that.
And then it goes to you taking additional experience points from me because I'm a Pokemon and you're a trainer and you're asserting your dominance.
Yeah, that's good.
And then for doing that, you get your karma where I kick your ass with a reptilian bird. And then after I beat you down, you go into a wild Pokemon battle with the same Pawniard. You get hurt, and I bail you out of trouble.
And give me a revive, which is nice.
And then you find a timer ball by a fence.
Yeah.
And then I think you've had too good of a day for everything that you've done, so I rip you off.
Yeah, what a great day. Like, it started out so good, and then it just kind of falls off a bit. Ugh.
And then you have to relive it all again tomorrow where you don't learn from your mistakes.
Mm-hmm. What a nightmare.
Crossing dimensional barriers all in the name of scamming people. I could believe it.
Hey, well, at least it's the only dimension you can beat me. Oh, yeah.
Oh! Dude. That's why I'm able to win. It's in your dimension.
That's it. That's
because
exactly
it's always the visitor that wins between us.
Uh-huh. Yep. All right. Mystery solved.
And as for the Interlink itself, it is based on 2 locations in the real world. Geographically, it is where Central Park would be in New York, but the place's actual appearance and layout is based on the Tokyo Imperial Castle in Japan, kind of a hybrid of the 2.
I'm gonna end up with so many losses on my record now, thanks to you.
Man, you know, it's a really sad day when you don't think you can beat Haywire.
Oh.
Sorry, girl. I like you. I really do. This world just hates you.
Yeah, she hasn't really been the strongest out there. She's come in handy, but yeah.
Like, she's
always getting outshined.
She was good against Skyla.
Oh, no.
What should I do?
That kind of bargain doesn't come around that often. Only every few minutes. Ugh. All right, good riddance.
Black level went up by 1, white level went up by 6.
There you go.
And it is time for you to relive it.
Yep. Stuck in an endless loop.
Oh no! Communication error.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, thank God I didn't lose the progress. Oh, I got scared there for a second. We had to do another cycle.
What?
So I went to like Bulbapedia to read up on the item selling mission.
Yeah.
The Bulbapedia description of it is outright: the visiting player must successfully sell an overpriced item to the other player. It makes it sound like it's a challenge getting them to agree to those prices.
Nice.
You must successfully sell an overpriced item.
You've got to be a vampire, though.
The salesman beckons you.
Suck.
The salesman beckons you.
No.
He beckons you.
No. Don't do it. No, I don't want to pay this much. No. Oh. I'm going to go hide behind this guitarist in shame.
Joke's on you. I can't even see the guitarist.
Oh, well. That ruins my plan.
My white level went up by 6 as my happiness increased from ripping you off. Look at that! It's getting pretty big! I'm not even remotely in tune. Please connect to his world faster so I can stop singing badly. Please, I'm just trying to pass the time. I am trying to pass the time. Come on and move faster, connecting to Devin's world. Please wait a moment. I'm not even remotely still in tune, not like I ever was in the first place. That was a little bit closer. Yes, it was. You can tell I'm running out of lyrics because I'm saying yes it was, which is what people say when they don't have real lyrics. I'm running out of breath. Finally!
I think Kirby disapproves of your lyrics.
Jeez. Were you lengthening that on purpose at all?
What? No, I was actually raising this up to see if I could, like...
Jeez, what a time for to have communication
No,
issues.
no, trust me, I'm like, please, hurry up, please, find him. Wow.
The salesman beckons you.
Guilt trip.
The salesman beckons. The salesman is in you.
No.
The salesman is in you. Come here.
No!
You're cornered! I was inside
No.
you! Wait, a clown?
Wait, what?
People say the entry forest was so much bigger in the past, and people were able to visit.
Wait, I don't see a clown. There's no clown. You're making that up.
You're walking through the clown.
I'm doing no such thing,
the
sir.
salesman is in your mind.
No!
He is in your mind.
No!
Trying to get there. Hello. A full restore? Really? For only
Wow.
$89.80?
Wow, sure. Why not? Yeah, that sounds like a great deal. Not?
I like how it is actually your job to rip people off in this side mode.
Yeah, what are they teaching kids? Hey, it's totally okay to rip people off.
What are they teaching, like, potential predatory traders in,
Whoa.
like, Pokemon?
Well, maybe they're trying to get people an edge on the stock market.
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
You know, I don't know. While the battle intro was starting, I saw you run over. It was so funny. It's
Seeing
like,
somebody
wait,
running around inside the animation.
No, it was great. It's like when it zoomed in, it was legitimately doing that. I'm like, whoa, why is this nurse appearing out of nowhere? Because like everyone else stops.
It's kind of cool how the entire game world is multiplayer when you get down to it. Like, that's really cool. Like,
Well, most of them.
Castile is not, you know, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
so much of this game's world technically being multiplayer where you can run around through it together and challenge each other to fights. That's neat.
No, not this again.
This time it's for real.
No.
You ain't resetting.
No.
You ain't
I'm
resetting.
No. No.
Trying to get their attention.
No. Oh no.
I've got you backed into a corner in a dark alley.
Iris. Jane.
Actually, this is the mayor's house.
I know. I should really be reporting you. Oh.
Well, that's okay because I'm going to phase into the ether now.
I'm gonna go in and tell the mayor what you've
Black
done.
level 1 up by 2, white level 1 up by 5! Yes!
Yay!
Alright, after this long and varied saga of ripping off my friends, my tree is as big as yours. Once you have reached black level 30 and white level 30 at least, your tree will stop growing. As you can see, I'm 37 and 34. This took 1 hour and 14 minutes for us to do, with you controlling the 3DS and you doing everything that I needed to do at the same time. I believe both levels can reach 100, but there's not really any actual point other than bragging rights because I already have all the past powers. If I go to receive past power, I have every power that Devin had back at the beginning. Just had to do it for posterity right now. I can receive any power anytime I like, so I can give myself these abilities whenever. I don't need to have him around to like go to his tree. So sorry, buddy, don't need you anymore.
Oh.
Nah.
Now you rip me off. I see how it is.
So it is that I can give myself these powers anytime. I don't need to connect to any multiplayer. I can just go to the Interlink by myself, walk around this area, go to my entry, and give myself those abilities, which is pretty helpful. And if I have other friends around me who are playing at the same time, if I open up my C gear and they go to Interlink, they can get any power that I've unlocked off of my tree. It's pretty cool, actually. It is a neat feature, and the entry itself is a very good visual representation of our sanity going down the drain, but yeah, it's only about an hour to do if you want to grind it out completely, and the reason that we have done this, the reason why I considered it so important to go over, is not only because I just like the feature, minus the missions being a little bit lame depending on which one you do. After you have unlocked all 33 pass powers, your trainer card gets upgraded once again. That is every single upgrade for the trainer card at least gone over. The only ones that we have not done are completing the National Dex and 49 wins in the Super Subways. The trainer cards have gone in order of green, bronze, copper, and now silver. The 2 ranks beyond what I've gotten and will be getting are gold, and you're gonna love this. The highest rank is black and white. It's a scream, ain't it? Ain't it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I was going through my rigmarole, so I guess you were...
I thought you left me after you ripped me off. Yeah, no, it's a daunting task, especially the battle subway, but it is really fitting that the final card is black and white.
Yes. I don't really approve of the National Dex being one of these because even though they are nice enough to make event Pokemon not count, that isn't every event Pokemon that is not counted. For instance, you have to get Zoroa and you have to get Zoroark, and in this game they were event only. And on top of that, like I said, this is the first Pokemon game where even if you buy every game within the generation, you still have to own old games to transfer forward Pokemon that aren't in any game in the generation. So it's like they were kind of lenient, but also kind of not, and I kind of don't like the concept of if you're a series newcomer having to buy all these other games, though, but I guess it's like one case where it's not accessible to newcomers, but otherwise Black and White's very accessible to newcomers, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a great starting point. Like, if you happen to find it used, you're like, oh, well, you know, here I am, 80 some odd episodes in, and I'm totally new to this game. Yeah, pick it up. It's great.
Not at all parallels to, like, anything that would make me feel really good or anything like that, but, you know.
Right, right.
All right, well, I guess that's everything for Interlink and the Sea Gear, so thank you, Devin, for joining us. Do you wish to mention where you could be found?
Somewhere on the internet. No, you can find me on my YouTube channel or Twitch channel or Facebook, all just /Maryland, and I do Pokemon stuff and other Nintendo stuff and other stuff in general. Don't be a stranger.
All right.
Thanks so much for having me, Chugga Conroy, and we'll just pretend that fight didn't count, right? Right? I'm gonna find another way to get you next time.
I mean, I didn't just win in a fight. I got your money. And you know, actually, hang on a minute. Yeah, I actually am richer.
Wait, really? Does it add to your money?
Does it?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Does it? I don't know.
That'd be insane
like,
if it did.
That would mean that you could just make money out of nothing by having them buy the item and then resetting something not.
There's no way. But
wow. Glitch City Labs, get on hacking that. Find out for us if that's the case.
Yeah, that seems kind of illegal if you ask me. Jeez, what have I been a part of here?
Money laundering. Anyway, thank you so much. Well, all right. Next time on Pokemon Black and White, then, we are going back to Nimbasa City to kind of tie up another loose end. You'll see what I mean. See you guys then.